Okay, today we're going to start learning the pronouns in Spanish. This presentation will show you, kind of refresh your memory of what pronouns are in English, and then it'll give you the Spanish for those pronouns, as well as how to fill in the pronoun chart that we will be using for class. In English, the pronouns are I, you, he, she, they, and we. The word it is also a pronoun in English, but it is used differently in Spanish, so we will talk about that later on. So the English pronouns I, you, he, she, they, and we are the ones that we're going to be working with today. Español. The Spanish will be written in red, and I will also give you the English as well. The English will be written in black, so that way you know what it means. Yo is I. Yo. Tu is the you informal. There are two types of yous in Spanish. We'll talk about how to use them and when to use them. On this particular form of you, the tu, make sure you have the accent mark over the u. That is very important. Without that, it is a completely different word. So tu is you, the informal version. El is he, with an accent mark over the e. That accent mark is important, and it changes the meaning without the accent mark. So make sure you have that on this pronoun. El, E-L, with an accent on the e. Ella is she. Make sure you pronounce the double L as a y, so it's not Ella, it's ella. So it's more of a Y sound, as you should remember, so ella. Usted is the formal form of you. We will talk about the uses for this. So we have tú, which is the informal form of you, and usted, which is the formal form for you. Now this is the chart that we're going to be using throughout the year and throughout your Spanish career. When you fill in the chart for the pronouns, make sure you put it in the same way every single time. Follow the way I do it, so that way you have it correctly, and we will get going with this. So in the top left box, you're going to have yo. Moving down, you're going to have tu. In the third box, you're going to have el, ella, and usted, all in that same box. Okay, it's very important to write them this way, so that way when we start conjugating verbs and things like that, you have this pattern of this chart. I didn't make it up, it's something that every Spanish teacher uses. So make sure you have it like this, so that way it makes it easier down the road. And just for a reminder, this is what these mean in English. So yo is I, tu is the you informal, el is he, ella is she, usted is you formal. That's how you start to fill out the chart. Now we're going to talk about the differences between tu and usted. I've abbreviated usted on this. You can abbreviate it as UD, and you'll see that every once in a while. Tu versus usted. Tu is the informal. You use it with people that you're more familiar with, such as your family, your friends, and people that are younger than you. Usted is more formal, so you would use it more with people that are brand new to you. You're just barely getting to know them. Authority figures, such as your teachers, your boss, people that have authority over you, as well as older people, just to kind of show respect. Now with usted, you can start off using usted to show respect to these people, but once you get to know them better, you can start using tu. So tu versus usted. Tu is informal, usted is formal. This is the uses, different uses that you would use tu or usted. So once again, you've got box one is yo, that means I. Tu is tu, that means you, the informal. And in that third box, we have el, which is he, ella, which is she, and usted, the formal you. So you'd use that with authority figures, people that you are just meeting for the first time, trying to get to know them. This is what the chart should look like. So yo, I, tú, you, él, he, ella, she, usted, you, formal. Now we're going to start filling in this right side of the chart. In the top right corner, we have nosotros, and we also have nosotras in the same box. Both of these words mean we. Now, Spanish is a gender-based language, so there are some tricky rules about these, when to use them. I'll kind of talk about that later on, and we'll give you some more practice with that. But for now, you need to know that nosotros is masculine, nosotras is feminine, and they both mean we. Moving down the box, we have vosotros, vosotras. Okay, so we have vosotros is the masculine, vosotras is the feminine. This means, they both mean you all informal. Sometimes I will say y'all. This is only used in Spain. I want you to be aware of it, so that way if you continue on in Spanish, as you continue on, if you come across something that says vosotros or vosotras, you will have an understanding of it. I'm not going to test you too heavily on vosotros, but you do need to have an understanding of it, and that it is only used in Spain. And the third box, moving down, we have ellos, ellas. So masculine is ellos, feminine is ellas, and those both mean they. So ellos would be they for more than one boy together. Ellas would be more than one girl together. Okay, so girls would be ellas. Now, Spanish is a gender-based language, like I've mentioned. It's also kind of a machismo language, kind of a macho man language. They favor the men in the language. So for the instance of ellos, if you even had 99 girls and one boy, you would use ellos. So it is a little bit sexist, a little machismo, but so you would use ellos for even one boy and 99 girls. And continuing in that last box, you have ustedes, which means you all, for formal. All of the countries except for Spain use this. I will use this when I talk to you guys as a class. I'll say ustedes, and it means you all. So when I'm addressing the whole class, I will use ustedes. Ustedes is more common than vosotros because more countries use it. I will use it as well, just so that way you know what to expect when I say that. So ustedes means you all. This is what your chart should look like. We've already got halfway filled in. Now we're going to put in the rest. So top right, we're going to have nosotros and nosotras, masculine, feminine, and those both mean we. Moving down, we have vosotros, vosotras. Those both mean you all, only used in Spain. I'm not going to test you too heavily on this. I just want you to have some understanding of it. In the last box, we have ellos, ellas. Those mean they. So ellos, you could have two boys, all boys together. You could have 99 girls and one boy, and you would use ellos. Now with ellas, that is purely girls. There's no boys. Ellas is purely girls. And ustedes means you all. This is what we use instead of vosotros or vosotras. Ustedes groups boys and girls together. It doesn't really matter. So ustedes. And that is pretty much all of this little presentation. So we're going to have you start memorizing these. Make sure you have it written down exactly as I have it, so that way you have it correct for when we start moving on into the Spanish.